Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have the Oklahoma City bombing, One Day in America. This is a National Geographic documentary, 3 parts, each about 45 minutes long each. It is from 2025. It's brand new. It's the 30th anniversary, believe it or not, since this tragedy, this domestic terrorist attack took place. And to this point in history, in 1995, April 19th, 1995, it is the most devastating domestic terrorist attack in our nation's history to date. Of course, this doesn't include international terrorism, which was 9/11, which we'll get to on 9/11. We'll get to that. But just so you know, that this is part of a number of series that come from National Geographic, the One Day in America documentaries, that there are moments that are humongous hinges in our history, humongous moments in our history that changed a lot of things for people forever. It's easy to go, oh, it's Oklahoma, they're just out in the sticks, they're in the middle of nowhere. Maybe it didn't have as big of an effect as, say, 9/11 in New York City, the center of the world. That is not the case. It is still the heartland of America. It is still part of America, and thousands, millions, in many ways, were affected by this. America was affected by this. And I realize that even there's kids today, or adults, I should say, adults today who are in their late 20s who don't remember 9/11, which was in 2001. They're certainly not going to remember something that happened in 1995. And to a degree, I barely remember a lot of it, and I was around for it. Fully grown adult around for it kind of situation. So yeah, it's like I said, this is part of a number of different series, documentaries. The One Day in America series, they did JFK assassination, they do 9/11, and which we'll get to next month, and we got this one, which is the Oklahoma City bombing. What was it all about? Well, in this they show, as they had done with JFK. They show the tragedy, they show the event as it happened, from the point of view of the people who were there, the people who were just going to work, who were at the government building in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And you get to see a number of people who just work there, just going about their daily lives. This is a place of safety, camaraderie, friendship, work, sometimes even, who are just going about their day. And a moment later, they have no idea what's happened. They don't even, a lot of people, it takes a long time for them to even realize it was a bomb. That it wasn't just a gas leak or some sort of just accident. It was intentional. I'm not going to say his name. He should never go down in history as a person who changed history. His name should be forgotten. His acts should not be. His name should be buried. I'm gonna have to take it out of the tags. I have to take it out of the tags. I made the tags already, because I knew who it was, and now I realize I need to take it out. I don't want this video to even be a search result in anything related to him. So, and yeah, it was work of what I understand is one man. So the first episode always takes care of the tragedy. The focuses on the people, the event, and everything that just unfolds around it. The next episode involves the manhunt. And sort of like with the JFK assassination, they go after Lee Harvey Oswald, and here they go after this guy. And I mentioned Lee Harvey Oswald, but yeah, his name is out there. There's a big, in the third episode, it deals with justice, just as it had done with JFK, as much as there can be justice. But as much as the JFK assassination certainly affected everybody, if not in just in America, but the world, it was a kind of a major moment. It affected physically one man and those closest to him, his family, his colleagues and his friends and everything else. It's no small thing, but this domestic terrorist attack in Oklahoma City physically affected thousands. When suddenly the building you're working in, a third of it disappears, and not the least of which, it contained a daycare. And just watching this, it reminded me of the things that were going on at the time, and it also revealed to me stuff that I just completely either erased from my mind as to what happened. A daycare. We get to see the mom of two little boys. We get introduced to her at the very beginning. Just talking about her day, taking her boys to the daycare, heading over to her office, and doing her job. And when the firefighters go in and they are told by somebody that they're rescuing that there are babies on the second floor, there are children. You can't help but be affected just watching this. I can't say, hey, you're a horrible person if you don't feel anything, but for me, it was just way too upsetting. It's and no, not a lot survived, but you do get to see some that did. By a miracle of miracles, and just seeing them in their rattled, bloodied, trembling state is enough to really shake a lot of people up. So yeah, it's not an easy watch. It's not an easy watch. It's watching JFK thing and seeing the assassination. They don't play it back and to the left, back and to the left. They don't do that over and over again in the National Geographic One Day in America documentary, thankfully. In this case, they also don't dwell on so much of the tragedy. Yes, there is a lot of people, bloodied people in the street, shaken. You can literally see the children trembling as they're being held, and they will not let go of the person who is holding them. And we get to hear things from the point of view of those who are fortunate enough to have held these children and taken them out of harm's way. It's I know it's really difficult for me to talk about just because it's a pretty big thing. Yeah, I'm just rambling now. I'm gonna add this. I have to watch the other two episodes, just like I have to watch the other two episodes of JFK, which I have not watched yet. And next month is 9/11. I'm going to be watching that one on 9/11. And that's never easy to watch. It's the kind of things, when it comes to JFK, when it comes to Oklahoma City, when it comes to 9/11, it is those types of things that you know where you were when it happened, in many cases, depending on how they affected you and how close they were to you and how it affected the people that you knew. I'm going to talk about 9/11 next month, but we'll deal with that then. But for now, if you want to have an understanding of what we are capable of as human beings to do harm against not just other human beings, people, it's an unnecessary draping of details to say that they did it to Americans. An American did this to an American. That's unnecessary. This is a human being doing to other human beings, including children. That's the hard part. That such levels of cruelty and hatred and evil is possible, no matter how justified that is in their own minds. It's unsettling. So it gives you a warning at the beginning of the episode that there is some unsettling content. No, there's no gore. There's no. You definitely see people bloodied, bandaged, sitting there on the sidewalk, just faces just filthy, bloody, and it's enough to be disturbing. But there is no glorification in the gore or the destruction that happened in this. A lot of this footage is taken from real news footage, helicopter footage, on the ground stuff. Some of it is enhanced due to the deterioration of the footage from that time, and you get to see the interviews of the people in the newsroom, the firemen who went in there and had the difficult choice of deciding whether to stay or to go when there is a warning of a second bomb. When they hear the voices of people trapped in the rubble and they have to choose whether to stay or to go. And the person in charge of making that decision, it's no less, I would not want to be in that person's position. So, if you can handle it, this is a piece of history. This is something that's important to see and important to understand. Because we're not, as human beings, it seems like we're not past doing this to each other. No matter what nation we're from, what part of the country we're from, no matter what our political beliefs, we're still not past this kind of stuff. So, understand what we're capable of and understand the consequences of such actions. This gives you an idea. So let's pick tomorrow's episode and hope it's a little bit brighter one. 16. It better not be Air Bud. It is probably. No! Oh my God. This is probably the most perfect thing to watch after watching this. If you want to have your day brightened, if you want to feel that load lifted off your shoulders, why not watch some Bluey minisodes? Bluey and her whole family. So yeah, I'm going to watch a few of those and burn this off. Just shake this off. So, Bluey minisodes is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.